Hello, hello, hello. It's Fat Cat Scooter Glenn. How's everyone doing? I am doing a little review here, but this time it's not of scooters. It's something different. It's the Club Orange on Holland America line. And if you're like me and you're going to take a trip on Holland America, you've noticed there is no YouTubes, or at least very few, that just talk about what the Club Orange is on Holland America. And I was a little frustrated, and I thought, hey, let me go experience it and share that information with some other people. I'm going to get right to it. There's very little information about Club Orange, which, by the way, I think is a good deal, but it does have its negatives and, of course, lots of positives. So I'll put a link to it, but I'm just going to go to the Holland America website. They have a 2-page PDF, and that's it, that talks about it. I'll put it up on the screen, and I'm just going to go through all the frequently asked questions or all the bullet points one by one. I'll show you pictures where I have it and talk about what was great, what wasn't so great, and what was kind of bad, but mainly all good. First time on Holland America. Had gone with Princess Cruises several times before, but they let us down. They canceled a lot of cruises. So we're in 2022, and we're in, I guess, where are we? December, and we did our first cruise with Holland America, and by the way, it was great. But let me specifically, I don't want to just talk about the cruise. I really want to talk about Club Orange, what it is. So Club Orange, and you'll see on the website, is an upgrade for a 7-day cruise for 2 people. It's a little over $300, but it may vary. Again, line by line, let me go through it. And where I have examples, I'll show them on screen. So first thing it talks about is priority access and a priority check-in. Let's talk about that. That was probably the worst part of it. I couldn't find any information when I got to the dock. The dock workers, God bless them, mainly, I guess there's city of San Diego employees, because we left from San Diego. No idea what Club Orange was. Actually, I had one guy told me, come back in an hour or two. And you're supposed to be priority boarding. I even talked to a couple employees, and they were confused. They didn't know what it was. So first experience with Club Orange at the ship was absolutely terrible. No information, no signs. What I found out from some other people who I thought they were being rude, but they were just doing, I guess, what they were supposed to, is basically you're supposed to, if I get it, and someone can correct me, basically, I don't want to say cut everyone in line, but you jump online as soon as you can, and then you've got to explain to them, I'm Club Orange. They won't understand half of it, what it is, but you kind of, I don't want to say push your way, but you got to be a little pushy, and that's how you get priority boarding, if that's what you want. Even though we told a bunch of people, we end up being some of the very last people to board, so a little disappointed with that, very disappointed with that, because we spent we spent an hour sitting there. However, I will say, Holland America was one of the quickest boardings I ever had, and they did a very good job. But where it says priority check-in, no one there's know what they talk about. Be ready to push forward a little bit, and you need to tell them, I'm Club Orange, I need priority boarding. That's the best I can tell you. Priority access to specialty restaurants. There's a number we'll talk about later, but yes, if you want to call up, they'll make sure you get right into priority restaurants, and I'm sure or specialty restaurants. I will tell you, every restaurant I saw of the specialty, they were never booked, and it looked like you could get in quite easily. But I could be wrong. I didn't see everyone every night, but they will make sure you get in, is from what I understand. We never had to use it. We pre-booked online one specialty restaurant, and it was great. Priority line at the guest services desk. I think I have a picture, and I will tell you, this is cool. When the guest services deck, I think it's on, and we were on the Connex stamp. I think it's level 2 or 3. The guest services has 2 or 3 little, queues, but there's one all the way to the left that's just for Club Orange, and it was almost always empty. And the couple times we needed it, we got right up there. So I was pretty impressed with that. Priority line at shore excursions. I had pre-booked one shore excursion. We actually didn't go on it, but I did that online. However, I saw the shore excursion booth. It was rarely crowded, and so I didn't use it, but I'm just assuming if you want to use Club Orange and there's a line at shore excursions, you'll get priority. And again, I'm going to keep going off the PDF right from their website. Priority access to tenders ashore in select ports. Holland America in general did great jobs with the tenders and getting everyone on and off. They made it very clear in the room, and they give you information, and they basically what you do is when they're ready to go, you're the first one who gets on. I forgot if it was a pass or how they did it exactly, but they leave the information in your room the night before shore excursions, if I recall. And it's true, you get right on, which on a lot of ships don't do anything like that. I may talk about a little bit more about the key cards, but the key cards, like most cruises, is your pass to everything. You show it to them, you get in and off, on and off the ship real easy. I was a little concerned because not like they're doing a lot of security checks, so hopefully there's no evildoers trying to get back on the cruise ship, but it is what it is. And then continue on premium dining, expanded 24-hour room service breakfast menu. I've never sailed with them before, so I don't know what if you will, a basic room has, but room service had an extensive menu. You can add on even more premium things, but there's so much food and so good that the room service menu was great. They were there right on time. I assume everyone else is, even if you don't have Club Orange, had great experience too, but I believe the menu is a little bit more extensive if you're a Club Orange guest. Pinnacle class ships, and I believe the Koenigsdam is one of them. I think they have two. I'm not an expert, so you can correct me. But it says private dining venue, and I'll show some videos here or pictures for breakfast and dinner with expanded menu. This is the number one thing that makes Club Orange worth it. So the Koenigsdam, which is the ship we were on, I want to explain, has a dining room that's beautiful and huge and great. And then if you're orange class or belong to one of the other upper rooms, but if you are orange, saying orange class, Club Orange that is, there's a separate club or dining room, and I'll show videos of it. It's Club Orange Pass, and it's your own, if you will, your own private dining room. It's not the same as the main dining room. Again, on the Pinnacle ships, which I believe there's two of them. And the reason it's important, at least on the ship I was on, is the main dining room, not the Club Orange dining room, but the main dining room would get extremely crowded. You get your own dining room, and it's very pretty, and there's just not many people use it because not many people, I guess, have the upper class rooms or have Club Orange, and oh man, do they treat you good. While I'm here, I might as well talk about this. So they have their own private dining room. It's the same menu as the dining room, but there's always at least one menu item in addition. So like one night they had scallops. They didn't have that in the main dining room. One night they had veal, etc., etc. And every item was amazing. Of course, on these ships, you can basically order as many entrees, unless they're the premium ones, like lobster tail. You can order as many as you want with no charge. The other thing about the dining room is, there's a little satisfaction sitting there, and it's all glass, and you can see the people lining up for the regular dining room, wondering, who are these people? Who are these special people in this little dining room? And then I should say, more importantly, the service, and I'm hoping, in particular, one of the guys who was working the dining room, I want to say he was a maitre d'. I told him I was making this video. The service is so good. Within a day, they know your name. They know what your likes are or not. So literally it's like having a private dining room. And you probably see the same 20 or 30 people every night there. And it just made you feel special. They would never let you eat unhappy or be unhappy. If for nothing else, the private dining room on the Pinnacle class ships make it worthwhile. And I'm guessing where they don't have their own private dining room, so you don't have to have that wait, and a little bit better service is worth it, because I would have been really annoyed if I had that long wait every night. To me, that's a big deal. And as it does say on the PDF, all other ships, priority seating in the dining room or breakfast with expanded menu. Let's talk about where it says exclusive amenities. Complimentary stateroom upgrade. Again, another thing that I was really unhappy with. There was no explanation about what that was, what you would get, how it would work. What I found out later is, because I went down to the guest services, and I said, I asked them to explain all of this to me, because everything was a big mystery. Again, the whole reason I'm making this video. So I said, explain complimentary stateroom upgrade. I said, you've given me no information. So she told me, and she was a very nice lady at the Club Orange guest services on the boat. She said, when you get on the boat, that's when we know if we have upgrades, and you'll find out upon check-in. Even that, I don't know if that means when I'm driving up to the dock, when I'm checking in with my card, once I get to the room. I have a feeling there's maybe, I don't know, there's something very sketchy about this, because I don't know how they're going to upgrade the room and then change your room, or if they're going to ask you about it. Very, very unhappy about that, because they really play up the complimentary stateroom upgrade. Seemed like no such thing exists, but maybe they'll prove me different. But they didn't tell me you didn't get an upgrade. A glass of sparkling wine on Debarkation Day, never happened. I asked her about that. She shrugged her shoulders. So this particular Club Orange guest services lady was not great. Most of them were good. Plush bathrobes. I think they had 2 size smalls in there. It would have been nice if they had, real guy sizes, but they were in there. Club Orange key card. It is kind of nice because the staff on the ship who understand Club Orange, they give you a little bit extra service, and you do have a special card. I'll show it to you that is marked Club Orange. Exclusive Club Orange tote bag. I went down to customer guest services the second day. Again, oh, sorry, we're all out of them. There was a big confusion. They didn't know what I was talking about. But I took out this list I'm going over with you now, and I asked them to talk to me about it. And it's like everyone was shocked by it, which is what I guess another big point with this is Holland America has done a very poor job really letting the staff know and promoting this. However, as a marketing guy myself, I also think they're partly doing it either because they're trying it out or because they want it to be exclusive, so they don't talk too much about it. But the bad side is you expect a little bit better service because you're paying quite a bit for it, and you kind of get it. But no tote bag. I will say, after I mentioned it, very sweet. One of the Club Orange guest services people that evening went to the gift shop when it was open and bought about a $40 tote bag for us and brought it to the room. So, how nice was that? I'd still love to get the Club Orange tote bag because be a little snooty with it. But anyway, that was so nice of them. And again, I can't talk. I can't say enough, except for the one person at guest services. And even she was nice. But everyone on the ship, fantastic. I mean, just first class. Just really made it fun. Special events. Here's another thing where I kind of laugh. It's a little BS-y here, in my opinion. So it says invitation to special onboard events chosen by the ship's captain. So the private greenhouse spa salon consultation. Basically, anyone can do that, as I understand it. They're just trying to sell you way overpriced salon stuff. And as usual, my wife went there. I think a $200 massage. It was terrible. Seems like every cruise ship, they don't know how to run the salons too well. So anyway, it is what it is. Complimentary jewelry cleaning. No, thank you. They did offer that. Coffee chat. I don't know what that's about. Didn't hear anything about that. It does say on the website, but not on this PDF, which as an option that might happen, tour of the ship. I noticed it's not on here, which is the one thing I was interested in. Looks like that's not even an option. So when I was at the guest services, I asked them, what's the special event? And they said, I can't remember the exact name. They said, oh, the Club Orange party. So I thought, well, it was a little exclusive party just for Club Orange people. No, it was one of the music venues. It was open to every single person on the ship, and they were actually selling very overpriced orange-colored hats and flyers and knickknacks. So that's a little bit BS-y, the whole special events. At least for our ship it was. But I almost feel, again, as a marketing person, they were trying to grab every single thing that they could put on this sheet of paper, and they probably should have just left some things off, because they're not delivering, and some of it's just hokey stuff. I don't know why they did that. I'm going to go quickly through the frequently asked questions. Is available to guests in all suites. Again, you can read through that. Do guests in Stateroom have to buy Club Orange? And I think it's just the first two. Past cancellation fees. Again, I'm on page 2 of their PDF here. Are guests able to purchase Club Orange after boarding? They're not able to, which is kind of sad, but it's kind of funny because as we're sitting in the dining room, all those people waiting online, the line for the dining room stretches in front of the Orange Club on this particular ship, and they're sitting there through the glass watching you eat. I think I have some video of this little area, and they're like, how do I get in there? And they couldn't. So good for me, bad for them. Then says, what if there's not a better stateroom available for a complimentary upgrade? If stateroom is not available at that time, guests will receive an alternative benefit. Again, bunch of BS. Never heard from anyone. Never got an alternative benefit. I don't know why they put this on there if they're not going to do it. I think it's more so that they haven't changed their staff. It's not the end of the world, but, I did pay almost $400 for this, so I would like the benefit. So, again, part of the reason I want to make this video, because I was shaking my head. Don't offer it if you're not going to deliver. The upgrade, I was excited to hear more. I know the ship didn't seem packed, so I would figure they had upgrades, but never heard, don't know. Maybe someone from Holland, America will contact me. But be aware that don't get too excited that you're going to get an upgrade, because more than likely you're not even going to hear from them about everything. Again, that was a big disappointment. Can priority, especially restaurant reservations, be made? Pre-cruise, yes, you can. Anyone can do that. Concierge services, and I forgot its number. I have it written down here somewhere. I'm going to get the number wrong if I guess, but every room has a phone. And in your room and our room stewards, who were great, because he knew we were Orange class, and that was nice. So the room stewards kind of know who you are, even though it was not a Neptune or Pinnacle suite, which are the really high-end rooms. It was just a regular balcony. He knew that we were club class, and he said, hey, if you hit this certain number, whatever it is, it's somewhere in all this documentation, you get to your own private concierge, which I'm sure is just that Club Orange guest services. And what happens is they'll help you out. So that was the person who got us that tote bag, late in the evening, which was nice of them. They were the person, we had problems with the beds being too hard or something, and they made sure that we got foam mattress toppers that were fantastic, put on there within an hour. I had some other questions. They pick up the phone right away, and any questions you have, even when the ship's busy. I think I mentioned before, glass of sparkling cider for guests who don't drink alcohol. Anyway, at least for me, you're not going to get any sparkling anything when you get in the room. So, by the way, I think one of the other things is they give you a flower or bouquet or something, they call it, in your room. I saw other people talk about it. It's literally a daisy in a glass, but hey, at least they try. Room service was great. Again, I'm reading page 2, the FAQs on that PDF. That's the only published information about Club Orange. Club Orange, I think I talked about everything. And then you cannot bring non-Club Orange people into the dining venue, which is important because in the future I plan to go with friends, so I'll make sure they get Orange class. Okay, let's wrap this thing up. Thanks for listening. I know it was long, but I wanted it to be detailed because there was just no YouTube information about Club Orange that I could find. One of the last things I did want to mention, and then I'll really close this out, is the Debarkation, getting off the ship, was the best of any cruise I've ever done. From the time they let the first people off, because I was the Club Orange, I should say the time they made the first comments, I think 5-10 minutes later I was off the ship and through whatever type of customs there was at the dock of San Diego. A few minutes later I was in my car driving home. You'll see that there's a great letter that says, hey, you got special priority, and in this case it did work. And then you get these cool pink little luggage tags that no one else get, and you're kind of a big deal when you have those, and you get right off the ship. To summarize, I know I had a few negative things, but overall, Club Orange is totally worth it, even if it's just for the meals, but there's a lot of other things. The staff of Holland America was fantastic. The ship's amazing. We're already planning to book our 2023 trip, so I don't want this to reflect badly. I did want to say, though, hey, you gotta deliver what you pay for. There were a few things that were promised I didn't get. I could make a big deal out of it, but I like the cruise line. I don't want them to be mad at me, so I'm not gonna make a big deal. But just as a business person and a guy who happens to be in marketing, uh, they've got to deliver what's promised. I mean, it's in writing, but for the most part, I wouldn't look into that. Just it's a great experience, and Club Orange, besides the little things that got messed up, it was fantastic. Fantastic. Do it. You'll love it. Great company. Very impressed with them. Thank you. Thanks for listening. Have a great one.